I felt that throughout the winter, the lack of sunlight was highly impacting me. I noticed it on my attitude, and then I realized that I was different. So I took this problem and I started talking with friends. They told me, you should look into vitamins. I started looking into vitamins, started taking vitamin D, and started feeling really different, way better. That led me to the world of vitamins. It was super hard to just figure out how the vitamin world kind of like works. What do I need depending on what I'm looking for? So I said, these issues should be untangled. It shouldn't be that complicated to actually find the appropriate vitamins that I need for the issues that I want to address. Hence, I'm very excited to introduce you. Hold on, are you guys ready? Do you want to like listen to our solution? Yes. Awesome. I hope you are. So, I introduce to you Vitacity Smart Smoothies. So, you might be thinking, what's different about these smoothies? So let me walk you through it. We realized that actual smoothies are not necessarily catered or personalized. And we realize that every single city is in a different geographical locations, have different cultural needs and traits in like culinary needs. And also the environment can affect them. So for example, here in the Nordics, there's no sunlight during the winters, or it's rare. So the nutritional deficiencies are actually lacking. So we managed to find, actually, there's some startups up here that are tracking the way that we're eating all across the world. And we managed, one of them is called LifeSum, in which we spoke to. And so they're tracking like what cities have certain tendencies, what cities have certain nutrition deficiencies. So with this, we managed to cater a recipe that's gonna address the deficiencies per city. For example, we could have Paris, in which they are lacking certain nutrients. And we could also have like Stockholm, in which like vitamin D is definitely lacking. Or we could have Sydney, where like not only that, but also it's seasonal. So let me walk you through. So the market size is actually trending, it's growing, it's on the 50 billion market size. And our target audience is young urban professionals between the ages of 20 to 40. Now, a big part of the differentiation with our competition is the personalization factor. All these nutrients are not being addressed the way they should be. This is catered per city. At the same time, we would have a very strong identity with our audience. We're planning on using very different tactics because remember, since it's a catered smoothie, then the targeting can be actually really narrowed down. So the added value, the taste, it's different because it's adapted to the culture, to the city needs. It's also easy to consume on the go, on the breakfast, and it's personalized. The business model, as I mentioned, it's highly personalized. The food supplies, besides having like the best materials, we also would partner up with Foodloopz, who's actually, they do B2B waste. So for example, all these companies, they waste sometimes a lot of fruit, and we would actually use that to create perhaps one of the lines of the smoothies. The business plan is actually, the retail price would be 39 kroners. We found out that it's a really nice price bracket. And then the return on investment after selling around 300,000 units would be 2 years. Customer validation. We had actually a very interesting like pivoting point. But we finally found out that through our 35 samples, like 75% of them were very intrigued into the idea. And also they're willing to pay between 25 and 55 kroners for a smoothie on the go to replace in many cases, breakfast. So we also spoke with cafes in which they would like really identify with what we're doing. We don't want to go mainstream. We don't want to go supermarkets. We want to actually go through local, independent cafes that could actually represent and be our ambassadors. At the same time, we would go with pop-up stores and franchise. The future of it is franchising it. So by partnering up with like really selected influencers and through smart targeting, then we could actually address like our target audience. So, but none of this, it's so important as the team that we have. This is what really excites me most of it. So we are a team of 2 pharmacists, 1 management consultant, a senior management consultant, and a startup entrepreneur. I'm very excited about it, and thank you for listening to me.